Good morning from day 5. You looking outside the tent this morning. Not too shabby. We are getting our stuff packed up, trying to get out of here before it gets too hot today. It's another really blue sky morning today, so it's probably gonna be warm. Right now it's not too bad at all, so we can get going here soon. It'll be a much nicer morning and hopefully a nicer day. No longer. Day 5 here, we're working our way back up to the trail from our camp there. It was a bit of a steep climb for the early morning. Getting out about an hour earlier than yesterday, so we're doing good. We're gonna go head on down the trail. It's always interesting how that pack that felt pretty light in the morning, when you put it on and start hiking, feels like 1,000 pounds by the end of the day, even though there's no additional weight for it. I guess that's the power of a decent night's sleep. I didn't sleep real well again last night, but it feels okay in the pack. Cage is pretty light today, so hopefully that will help him out as well. Whew, we just finished a pretty decent climb up here. The switchbacks for the most part weren't too bad. There were a few that were steep, but that's the way to start your day. Now it feels like we're going downhill, and then we're gonna go uphill probably and downhill, because that's the way all trails go, right? All right, we didn't get that downhill. We had 100 yards or so flattish, and now we have another ascent here. This is one of the steeper and rockier that we've come across all trail. Doesn't look too long though. Not such a bad view from the top up here. Well, that's the way to start your day. 500 feet elevation in the first mile. So far, we look like we're pretty high up here, but we'll see what happens next. According to my guy app, we topped out about 5,883 feet, somewhere right around there, I think. But looking ahead through the trees, I'm not seeing any big mountains for a mile or two, so we should get a little reprieve here. Maybe not. We'll see. We made it to Sheridan Lake boat ramp here, and the lake. We're gonna walk down a little bit. A couple guys that were doing boat inspection said there's restrooms down here. They said, yeah, it's a 4 or 5 minute walk, which could end up being more. You know, never know what people's perspective are, but we'll head down here a little bit. We left our packs there, and we'll see if we can get some fresh water. It was only about a 4 minute walk down. We got bathroom, and there is a water spigot out here as well, so get some water in this, use facilities, and it'll be a good day. After a nice rest at the Sheridan boat dock there, we're going up looks like the Flume Trail, part of it here, and heading on out to our next bit of trail. Been a pretty warm one this afternoon. We're taking a break by some telephone wires or power lines. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit. There's a few more clouds in the sky than there were earlier, but it's pretty bright out still, so we're gonna let it cool down and try to get a few more miles in today. That's where we're at right now. Feels like a lot of this trail so far has been these 2 tracks, which aren't too bad, but not quite the trail experience, so to speak. But I guess it'd make it possible to have the trail here. We've been off the 2 track for, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile or so. Walking through nice meadows like this. Making pretty good time right now. Happy to say. Some may say you're not a real hiker till you're drinking out of a cow trough. But we got some clear, crystal, high quality H2O out of those. So we filled up our water packs. I took 3 liters with us. I'm not sure where we're gonna camp or how much farther we're gonna go down here. Hopefully not too much. There's a trailhead I'd like to get to, but we'll see how we feel. We have camp number 5 all set up in this little cove of trees. Cade's getting air mattresses ready. Up over that hill there, 20 yards is the trail, but this looks like a great spot. Nice and secluded, blocked from the wind, so life is good. Time to wake somebody up. He's not gonna like it. This is coming out of the little area here that we camped in last night. And the trail is just up here, probably 20 yards or so, but it was a really nice little hidden area. I really enjoyed it. So there's the trail coming down there, and we went off here, and right down between those trees is that little area where we camped in, real nice and quiet. Well, good morning of morning 6. It's a beautiful day. It's about 6:40. I set a new world's record by getting a teenager out of the tent, packed and ready to go in about 40 minutes. So I'm pretty proud of myself on that. Today, I think, is going to be our last day on the trail. We've decided to call it a trip at Whispering Pines and come back next year and hopefully finish this thing off. But there were various reasons we did. Cade's pushed really well this trip, but he's getting real tired. So I think we have 10-ish, 12-ish miles into Whispering Pines, and I have a shuttle tentatively set up for tomorrow, possibly tonight. We'll see what happens. So we're going to enjoy this last day, try to get out here before it gets too warm. It is another blue sky day, and it's actually already starting to warm up. So we're going to get heading down the trail. See you in a little bit. Just a couple minutes out of camp already, and my shoes are soaked. This is the dewiest morning we've had on the trail. I don't know if it's because we're up a little earlier or if we're just lower elevation here a little bit, but yeah, my shoes are soaked already. Good way to start the day. But hey, I got a clean shirt on. I decided I was gonna take the lead today on our caravan of 2 and try to put some miles down. Cade does a pretty good job of keeping up with me, but when he's in the lead, he tends to be a little bit pokey, so hopefully we won't have another 12-hour day hiking for piddly miles. We'll see how it goes. We've been in the shade most of the morning, so the temperature actually hasn't been too bad. We just crossed a dirt road. It was about a mile from our camp, and we're heading on down to some trailhead. I did look on the map, or on my cheat sheet, but I just don't remember what it was. All right, we've made it to, you can see over there, maybe, Brush Creek Trailhead. This was our first kind of goal today. Still dealing with some wet grass and stuff like that, so, but we're making good time this morning. Since we left Brush Creek Trailhead, we're on a road here. Not the most exciting thing during a hike, but it is a pretty road, quiet, but it is good for making some miles, so we'll take it for now. Take a look at the road. Whee! Like I said, very pretty. Leaving the road and heading up for a little climb. Like I said, most of these climbs aren't too long. You can see the top up there, so we'll get it knocked out real quick. After coming down that hill, we picked up a nice creek here. This is probably a pretty good creek to count on for water. Yay, made it. No wet feet. Oh wait, they're already wet. Another 100 yards down the trail, there's another crossing of this creek. think we get to a trailhead if I remember, and then there's one more after it. Success. Thought we'd see how wet my socks were. Oh yeah.
Yep,
not only are they wet, they're brown and gooky.
Want to see mine now?
Kate's gonna do his. Maybe.
Maybe. It's been surprisingly not as wet.
That is wet.
Not a bit of a thing.
Alright, so I dug all the way to the bottom of my pack to pull out my nice clean dry socks. Hopefully all the morning dew is off the grass, and we're gonna get going here in a couple minutes. When we stopped here, and since we've been here, we've noticed a lot of ticks crawling on us and around us, so we're keeping an eye out for them. I was zoning up this hill we're on here and almost missed this really obvious turnoff. Luckily there was a sign right there, and but almost missed it, but I kept going up the road. I'm guessing it's probably around 9 o'clock, and when we get out from underneath these trees in open sunlight, it is hot already. That sun's pretty intense, and it's going to be a warm one, so hopefully we'll get to stay in more trees most of the rest of the day. We'll see. Hopefully no big open grassy areas, or at least none for very long. And it looks like they got a nice bridge up there for us, which would be much better than Fording today. And here's that bridge. Saw one trout in that stream back there. Just made it up to the Deer Creek trailhead, which luckily for the kid has a nice porta potty there. It also has a table, which I'm taking a little break on. Took the shoes off again. Socks are wet, not as bad as they were before, but just for my shoes. So I'm gonna check the map and see where we are. We've done 6.5 miles in 3 hours and 11 minutes. So much better than we had the last couple days. Helps that it's been an easy trail and that it's been downhill a lot of it, but I think also having me out front pushing a little bit has been really good. Cade's able to keep up, but when he leads, he's pokey. So we'll find out how much farther we got to go. I just checked the map. Deer Creek was wishful thinking. We are at Rapid Creek here, but we're making pretty good progress today. I'm happy. I think we have like 6 or 7 more miles to Whispering Pines if all goes well. All right, leaving Rapid Creek, heading this way. In 2 miles, there's a possibility of a snack shack near the boat ramp, so we're gonna go check that out. Hopefully we can get some snacks. CQ is kicking butt. I told him there might be a snack shack up a little ways. Andy put his music in. That's all I can do to hang on to him in this hot weather. Whew. It is definitely hot today. This is the first day it's really getting to me, and of course we're in a section with not really any shade. Bummer. That climb out of the trailhead there a quarter mile or so after was no joke. It was mostly open. We were going from shade to shade, or at least I was. Cade was kicking butt, but it just kind of S back and forth all the way up. We finally got up maybe the top here. It looks like it. Got some shade here, enjoying the breeze, but whoo, that was a big climb. A couple 100 feet easily. We are just getting ready to leave from our break at Pictola Reservoir here. I'm sad to report there was no snack shack as hinted at, which is really sad. But we rested for an hour or so. I think we have less than 4 miles to make it to Whispering Pines. We got a breeze now. There's a few clouds in the sky, so we're hoping pretty easy sailing in there. We'll see how it goes. Talk to you in a bit. All right, we are just sitting back here relaxing. I think we're within less than a half mile of Whispering Pines. We're taking our last break. It got really hot here, so we'll pack up in just a minute or two and see if we can't finish this thing up. All right, coming up on the disco ball. This is awesome. I've seen people posting with this. I am glad I got to see the disco ball. All right, we made it to the road. We got to go on a disco ball. I had totally forgotten about that. That really made my day. As silly as this, I'm hoping that is not the way, because it's uphill. We're gonna go to the right here. That's what Google Maps shows me. I'll check it in a second just in case, but it should be down here. 3/10 of a mile. From what I've heard, it's just easier just to take the road rather than the trail, because the trail can be a little tricky. So all right, next stop, Whispering Pines. So up here on the right is a sight for weary feet. We made it to Whispering Pines. Almost done with our hike. We are help wanted in case we want to stay and get the job. We made it to Whispering Pines. Drop the pack here, and we will officially be done with this year's hike. How you feeling, bud?
Good.
Did you have a good hike?
Yeah, fun.
All right. We'll get more commentary from him later. All right, CQ, while it's fresh on your mind, what did you think about the hike?
It was fun. Hard, but fun.
You want to finish it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Next year?
Yeah, next year.
What was the hardest part, do you think, for you?
Hardest part was the first day.
Why was that?
It was just long and just
Oh.
kind of just getting used to it.
Anything else that was really hard?
The pack was heavy because we hadn't eaten much food
Okay. What's your favorite part of it?
today.
Today? Why today? Because we're done?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you did so good. I'm proud of you. You know we cut it short, though. That gives us something to do next year, right?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Any last comments for the audience?
Nope.
All right. All right. There's our goal for next year. There is Bear Butte. So we'll be back next year and head on up there. Now, time to head on back home.